Alrighty. So from this point on, I wanna start by kind of clearing the VC chat, guys. Let's start with that. Let's not talk unless we have a serious question, since I want to keep this. So we have a clear overview of actual questions. And I want the questions to be asked during the actual audience interview. So if we could just keep the chat clear for now, that would be absolutely awesome, and I can get this started. Yes, so none of that. Okay. Hello and welcome to this PKSF podcast. This is gonna be very, very funny, very, very fun, and I'm really excited to start this. But like last podcast, I just want to throw out a few rules just to keep this all fun and entertaining. Do not flip the chat with unneeded things, so it gives us an overview, like I just said. There will be an all questions section during the end, so you can stick around for that if you want to ask PKSF any type of questions, but don't do that during the actual question section. You can ask PKSF related questions during that section and random questions during the end. During the actual question section, do not ask troll questions when it's clearly stated not to do so. And let's all be respectful to all of PKSF who came out to talk and have fun. And let's also have respect for the host. And that's all I wanted to say. So we can get into this. Yes, you can ask questions, but during the question section. So I want to keep the questions limited for now. So we have an overview whenever we actually get to the audience question section. So please keep questions limited. All right, thank you. We will be starting then with the first question that we, as the media department, have picked out. Let me get this up. I did not just close that off. Alrighty, Clever, you can pull the first PKSF up.
I've decided to change it so because some PKs might not know the full answers if they're new or based on the rank. So just let me know what the first question is, and then PKSF will let me know.
Alright.
PKSF,
What?
let me know on topic actually. Don't put your hands up because there's audience members here. So just let me know on topic if you want to speak in PKSF server. All right.
So the first question will be, what do you use your PK tag for?
I'm gonna pull up. Let's see. Mother wants to speak first. Mother, can you speak? I think, yeah, I think your thing is not working. Fix it and then I'll just pull Dardog up first then. Because he had his hand up. There you go.
Our PK tag?
Yes.
Like the in the Discord server?
Um, this is Dolph has questions, so I don't know exactly what he meant, but a PK tag, yes.
I think he's referring to the numbers and our names in the Discord server.
Oh, also there's t-shirts, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Just have it to have it. I mean, you should. Frito's tag is 1 because he's been here for like 5 years. But it's really just roleplay reasons. Other than that, nothing.
As long as it's not taken, you can put any 4-digit number.
Or
And
or
yeah.
if it's not a relevant date or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have normally a letter and then 4 numbers afterwards. The letter represents what rank you are, pretty much.
Yes. So I believe it's X is interning or probationary. I'm pretty sure it's probationary. And then let me look at my PK tag. A is for administrative ranks. And then
Such as
Clever.
Overwatch.
Yep. Clever, what's yours? I can't remember.
Mine's is an S.
Because he's the
USC
supreme
and
commander.
VCs. Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Next question then. Do you prefer the PKSF gun over dual weapons?
All right, Dervish, I'm gonna invite you.
All right, so this is a bit of an off answer, but yes, mostly
Why?
because I just enjoy the feel of it and the sound of it. I think it sounds really cool, and it's a
Is
lot
it
more satisfying to get a kill weapon than do weapons for me.
all right? Very good answer though. Alrighty. Next question then.
Do you want me to pull up another person also, or do you want to move
Yeah.
to the next question?
You can pull another person up. I'd like to hear the
Okay.
feedback.
All right, let's go.
All right, I think my mic should work this time.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. All right. So it actually depends because for me, I'm a console player, so I play on controller, so I fight a lot differently than all the other PKSF. And it depends on the situation I'm in. So far away range, I use duos because it's a lot easier to hit one shots with that. But if it's close up, I honestly like the PK gun better because it's easier to hit the bullets than it is to hit the do shots. Since you can shoot more bullets at once. At least on console, it feels better to shoot in
Also,
close
yeah,
range.
adding on to that, I would like to point out that Mother is the only and first console player in PKSF. So
Really?
his experience is definitely one that should not be taken lightly. So yeah.
Very interesting. I didn't
No,
know that. Very-
sadly, I have been nerfed for the past 10 weeks, as the entire PKSF community knows that I've been complaining about it, that I don't have shift lock.
Yeah,
Uh,
the game
yeah.
removed that from him.
You don't have shift lock on console?
Nah, I always fought with shift lock on, and it's just gone. It's been gone since the chat update. Roblox broke it.
Ah, I see. I see. Okay. Well, thank you for your answer. We will move on to the next question. How difficult is it to keeping a VIP alive? I would like to get multiple opinions on this one as well.
All right, K9 has said me first, so let me invite him first.
Okay, so this depends mostly on the BAP, because a BAP that is constantly moving around the border, going to outside the wasteland, it makes PKSF a bit harder to protect because we expect at any times that any raider could pop up and just start shooting at our BIP. And even more if our BIP just stands in the middle of nowhere, just open, and we just get approached by like two raiders. So we
Yeah.
pretty much expect at any time that it's gonna be the raiders shooting at our BIP. So depending on the BIP, it is harder or easier. In cases of a BIP being in the border mostly, it is way easier than being on the wasteland.
And from like the VIPs that you have guarded, if you could give it a general number from 1 to 10, how hard
Yeah.
could it?
So from all the VIPs I have protected, which range from deputy commissioners up to Tomol,
And
I
chairman.
will say, yeah, true. Well, I mean, the chairman just AFK is most of the time, but you know. But I will say the levels of difficulty to keep a BIP alive could be ranging from a 7 to a 9, depending on the raider activity.
Okay, very interesting. That-
You want me to pull another person?
Yeah, please.
All right. Next person's gonna be Ben.
Right. Protecting a VIP can also just range from how many PKSF are there to the amount of raiders. So, like if I'm the only VIP, I mean not VIP, PKSF protecting a VIP, and for example, there's like 3, 4 raiders rushing at me, it's kind of hard to find a safe spot and do like just a lot of solo cuffing. But it also just really depends on the situation. Like if there's more than one PKSF, it's a lot easier to maintain the situation too. So.
Yeah, for you, the same question. If you were to give it a number from 1 being the easiest and 10 being the hardest.
Yeah, I'd say about an 8, 7 to 8, like K9. What's K9 said?
All right, very interesting. So, pretty difficult as far as I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. All right, next question. What is it like protecting the chairman?
Um. Well, I guess we'll pull Ben back up again.
Extremely boring.
Boring?
Most of the time he's just AFK. So we're
Right.
either like AFKing in his office or on the balcony. But
Ah,
I once did a 4-hour duty state in his office. So, but sometimes it could be like a really fun experience. But mostly it's just really boring.
yeah, okay, very boring. But a 4-hour duty stay in the office, that's diabolical.
It tests your patience to the limits, I would say.
Yeah.
So he's like AFK a lot. He doesn't move around.
He's doing just a lot of testing when
Yeah,
he
okay.
joins. So,
I see. Okay.
Sometimes, like, it is really boring to protect the chairman, pretty much because of the fact that he just AFKs 80% of the times. The 20% maybe him doing some movement, going to balcony or something, but or even pulsing by himself. But other than that, it is really boring. He just AFKs in the helipad, in the office, in the bunker. It could be anywhere, and he does not do anything at all.
Well, a lot of AFKing I'm hearing.
Yes, it is a lot of AFK. You can imagine the pain of PKSF.
Oh yeah,
That's-
it sucks. It sucks to guard the
Yeah,
chairman.
because
what, like-
literally the communications of PKSF when the chairman is online is just straight up saying where he is and then just staying silent until he leaves the game. Because we actually don't have anything to communicate around when he's just AFK, so we just go scroll on TikTok, on YouTube, on anywhere until something happens.
Does that get like
Um,
tiring at all? Just being stuck there?
Yes, it
I would
does.
like to say he does have odd occasions where he's quite active. So, for example, there was an event where I think, equipped an Iron Man suit and was going everywhere, and we had to like kind of protect him, and he was blasting the raiders. And then sometimes he's on the balcony. Very rarely. Keep in mind, this is like 1% of the time,
Yeah.
and that's when we can get some lovely Aegis kills.
Yeah,
when
that is true.
names at him. So yeah.
And one time he actually went and got out the armed VTOL and started killing all the raiders on cliffs.
Yeah, we kind of wish for those times more frequently, but obviously he is a very busy person, so yeah.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Alrighty. I'll move on to the next question then. What, in your opinion, is the hardest part about being a PKSF?
Okay. I'll invite Mother first.
I would say the hardest part about being a PKSF is staying up to the standards of PKSF that you need to do. So we need to be very aware of our surroundings and where raiders may come from. And sometimes in certain positions, there's areas that raiders can be at in every single direction. So I would say awareness is like the hardest thing in PKSF because you need to be just looking literally everywhere around the map, watching for if a raider aims for a second at your VIP, so you have to cuff away because the raider will not wait for you to notice. They will shoot your VIP as fast as they can to try and get past your guard.
I see. Very interesting answer. Very interesting answer. Could I get another opinion on that, Clever? Like another PKSF?
Yep.
Hey.
Hi.
So basically, when we're doing like VIP protection, it's like we have to think about, hey, what does this VIP want? And then we have to think like, where can I cuff this VIP in this scenario? What happens if a raider goes here? What happens if a raider comes from like across the hallway? That kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So we have to constantly be looking around. It's usually like 3 to 5 seconds. We're just looking like where raiders could be or where Aegis may be aiming. So because like people, if they're Aegis aiming, they're probably not going to aim for a while. They're just going to aim for like 2 seconds. But we have to constantly look around and be alert to that. So I think VIP protection and awareness is like the most difficult thing because yeah, you can like move your camera around a lot, but like you have to actually take in what's happening. And I just think that's difficult. Like for me, I'm not the best at awareness, but it is kind of hard when
Yeah.
you're like alone. Your VIP is basically dead.
Okay.
But yeah,
Understood that.
that's what I think.
I understand that. Alrighty. Next question. Oh, never
Oh,
mind. Another
we had
opinion.
Dada go.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I was delayed. What was the question again? Something about what's the
Um,
hardest part about PKSF?
What in your opinion is the hardest part about being a PKSF?
Combat.
Combat?
I suck at it.
Suck at combat. Interesting. Very interesting.
Just saying, once you get into the administration role, you don't really fight as much as he
I
as he
sucked
does on the
before.
rank. Yeah.
I was
Okay.
part of the old PKRP system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
you've been in PKSF.
But I excelled in VIP protection.
I suck at combat too, so.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting. Very interesting.
Honestly, for me, I just want to add on to that. Hardest point about PK7 is probably all the rules you need to remember. For example, if you break a whisper, you're not supposed to speak publicly. So, like, you break a whisper, you use emotion. Sometimes some of the, I think all the PK7 can relate to this, but we are so used to using syntax, we use it in non-Aegis games sometimes.
Really?
It's actually ridiculous. Yeah, I have to manually think about not using syntax when I'm typing in game in some of the games.
I could not even imagine using a syntax for every single message I were to say in
Yeah,
game.
and I think
Oh.
also another thing is PKSF have so much responsibilities and power. Cuffing, we have going into loads of locations. If you're not well versed in those rules, you can easily get punished through Trello warnings, demotions, exiles, and all sorts of things. So PKSF VIP protection is hard, but
Yeah.
I think remembering the rules, because the rules tend to switch between VIP to VIP, which I can't fully go into. But if you imagine a Tomo has higher permission than a UC, and you just have to kind of be quickly looking through the documents. You need to be well knowledgeable on Aegis rules. So you are taught that in PKRP, but you need to retain that as you go throughout PKSF.
Yeah, okay. I very much understand that. It does sound difficult. Alrighty, I'll move on to the next question then. What are your normal in-game duties as a PKSF?
All right, Dardak, you'll be speaking because you're the only one who's volunteered for this one.
What was the question again?
What are
are
your in-game duties? Yeah.
what are your
Well,
normal?
if there's a VIP on that is on protect or optional, it would be that.
Yeah.
So there can it, Clever, am I able to say the
Can
you
you
know
DM it to me? Yeah. So basically, a lot of things
Yeah.
are classified in PKSF, so we just need to double check that
I
what we
get
say
it.
is.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what? That's fine. You can say that.
so VIP could be on 3 states. Free roam, which is free roam. Optional, which gives us the choice to protect him or do other stuff, and then protect, which we would have to protect them. So if the
Right.
VIP's on like optional or protect, I'll usually go and protect them. But there's obviously free roam, in which case we have just guarding the border or doing bin duties. We're also able to go out in the wasteland during certain situations and capture towers, kill raiders, and all that.
I see. Okay. You guys also, I see you guys also bins every now and then. Is that like a bigger part of your duties as well, or is it just...
I say if you're bored and you got nothing else to do, you go to bins.
Yeah, okay. So it's like last resort kind of thing.
It's not said last resort, but we personally don't hang out there a lot.
Yeah, okay.
So, PKSF duties outside of VIP protection. VIP protection is like people may say it's the main duty. It's like 50% of our stuff. Mainly PKSF are just roaming the facility and posting on places raiders might be. During processing, they might take up spots that Aegis aren't. So if MDF or ARD are not on bins, then PKSF would fill in those spots, helping processing civilians, obviously. And if there's raiders on the roof, PKSF would be on the roof, etc. Um, you might see PKSF in the wasteland. They're probably just capturing towers and stuff. Um, but usually they just kill raiders in the facility, and divisionals oftentimes ask them to help them kill raiders in certain areas in the facility. So yeah, they're just either via protection or roaming around.
I just want to add on to that. I think we have one of the most flexible duties in Aegis. Because obviously we have VIP protection, we have bin duties and all that. But if you think about it, during infection, PKSF are there cuffing. We have more duties in TTS, which I cannot disclose, but a lot more duties. We also have during ICP, if you guys didn't know, chairman gives us the orders most of the time to basically abduct wastelanders from settlements through cuffs and VTOL and bring them into the border. So honestly, it depends on the protocol and the situation, but when necessary, we do have a lot more duties. And yeah, cuffing people, just moderating the base, because we do have the ability to cuff rule breakers because we do have cuffs. So there's a lot more things to our duties, but the main ones I think were covered.
All right. Moving on to the next question then. What kind of new items do you wish to see in the future for PKSF?
The PKSF need like a few seconds to think about it because they never really think about this.
Yeah,
I mean,
get
most of the time, most of the time they say nerf PKSF. So,
that.
uh,
Yeah, no, we could give them a second.
all right. Flippy says updating our processing chip.
Okay,
Ben
interesting.
says buff the shield.
Okay. Okay.
Ben says give us 500 armor for the shield.
Okay.
What else? I'll invite Dado while we're here and Ori.
Yeah.
Dado, you go first, and Ori after Dado.
Updated VIP tracker.
Okay. Can
Yes,
you
yes,
elaborate on
yes.
that? Can you elaborate on that? Elaborate on it.
So the VIP tracker cannot track DCs and UOCs because Chairman doesn't want to touch it because it's on. That if he does, he'll probably just straight up break it.
Mm-hmm. but you would like it to be updated in
And
that way.
yes, and also give us our Overwatch schematics.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's pretty interesting.
One thing that PKSF shouldn't have, honestly, in my opinion, it will be fog, because we are literally robots. And if you think about it, the robots could actually just zoom out till like infinitely, with upgrades, obviously.
We do have
Um,
cameras for eyes.
because we use cameras, we don't have vision, and obviously the cameras just don't see the fog most of the times. You will actually just be able to see farther into the wasteland, because of the military grade night vision. Some raiders shoot at you or at your BIP from like so far away that you cannot even see them, and you just need to like blindly go cuff your BIP somewhere until you find out which direction you were getting shot at
Right.
and who was the person. That is one thing that GSF should have.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that answer, but
I mean,
Well,
if you think about it, like getting shot through a fog, and we are literally essentially robots, we should be able to see further than most people.
I do agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
Also, another suggestion that was put up, which has like 60 plus, maybe 100 reactions in the joint div, and it still hasn't happened, is make PKSF taller than everyone else.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we're robots. We have enhancements. We have, even though we will have a bigger hitbox, I don't know, maybe a bigger hitbox slightly. We still want to look cool, right?
Right.
And also, PKSF have an exoskeleton and whatnot. So the enhancements that we go through ARD law base, as K9 has said, cameras, tallness, all sorts of things. So yeah.
If you guys get taller, I will feel small. Let's not do that. I will feel short. Let's not do that. So-
Ben seems very adamant about some updates. I'll invite him to speak real quick. And
Alright.
also, mother, you're after him.
It's all jokes, clever.
Why do you say it? Why don't you say it?
Okay. I just want to make Tom rage more, so just make us more OP.
Okay,
Give
that's
us
a very
500
interesting
shield
reason.
armor.
Okay.
Let us self revive. Make us
Self-revive.
extremely OP.
Okay.
All right, that's enough from me.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting suggestion.
Yeah. So from what I heard from K9 with all the cameras and stuff and enhanced eyesight, I was thinking maybe they should add us to be able to see who's KOS while just in game of them walking around. Because if we got a chip in our brains, that means it's got a database, and
Right.
surely that would be able to recognize KOS raiders.
Okay, that's a very... Oh, I like that, actually.
Adding on to that, Zanari said thermal night vision, so we can see through buildings and.
Now that's a little too OP.
Now, I
That's a
think
little too
that you
OP.
guys would get a little bit too overpowered at some point, but like...
I think the KOS is at least fair.
I feel like
Seeing
that
through
if,
buildings.
I feel like
is
that if we would add
unfair.
that, people would start going insane because of how overpowered you guys are.
Derverus says, give us aimbot because we have a chip in in the brain,
Okay, okay. Well, we'll move on to the
and
next
also make us bulletproof. From Zanari.
Okay, very interesting, guys. I will not be asking this question again. That's a joke. Let's move on. What is your most favorite thing to do as PKSL?
We'll go with K9 first because he said me first.
PKing any Aegis personnel when we are protecting a VIP.
I was expecting that answer. I knew it was coming.
Literally,
Anything to get KD up.
literally,
I knew it was
literally
coming.
when we are in anywhere in balcony gate room, we just wait for any Aegis personnel just to aim towards our VIP and just shoot at them with our 1S into their face. It
Yeah.
just, and even so, some people.
Bro's not even looking for the raiders. He's looking for the initiates.
Yeah.
I mean, If you ask me, I'm aware about the gate and as well with the Aegis personnel. So don't blame me because I honestly look around most of the time just to see if there's any raiders or Aegis aiming, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I knew that.
All
I knew
right.
that was coming.
My
Mhm.
favorite one is to just harass initiates sometimes. You know,
Pull the
I
wrong
love to
person.
see when initiates go outside the border. It's my favorite time to see that. 'Cause that's just a free cuff and a free warning. I'm not gonna lie, just the best
Wait,
thing
one
ever.
second. One second. I accidentally pulled the wrong person. Where's Emerald? Oh, there he is. Okay, here you go. My bad.
And yeah, that's all.
Alright. Say it again real quick.
My favorite thing is just the dopamine spike I get from cuffing initiates who run outside the border, or anybody that just breaks rules in general. I just love it.
All right. Very interesting answer. Thank you for pulling me back up, Clever.
My bad.
Specifically, I love just absolutely murdering random initiates and operatives who accidentally aim at our VIP for half a second without even realizing it. It's just the
Right.
most funny thing to do. You blast them with one ace, they get shocked back 5 feet just because they aimed for half a second without knowing any rules about PKSF.
And
And
I
they
just want to
go,
add on to that. Oftentimes they come back because they don't realize Pikachu can TK, so they do more times so we can kill them more times.
yeah. One time someone reported me and it just got denied instantly. Because everybody knows if a PKSF TKs you, don't even try to fight it. We got so many perms.
Yeah, they try, but they fail. It's
Wait, can you repeat the question again?
yeah, of course. What is your most favorite thing to do as PKSF?
I think the most fun thing about it is like being able to do stuff with other PKSF and like have fun with them. Cause like when you're in VC with a bunch of people you're close to, it's really fun. Yeah.
I see.
To be fair, we
Oh.
do have a lot of events together, so he does make a good point.
I do like that answer. Yeah, I do like that answer.
Do you want
Alright.
more people? Because more people want to talk about it, but
Oh yeah, more people talk about it, of course.
okay. I mean, I'm just wondering if there's a limit because there's a lot of Pikachu here.
Just let like 2 more talk.
Okay. Dodog, anything to say? You're muted if you are speaking.
Yes, it was muted. But anyways, to correct something the Muther said, don't even bother reporting PKSF for TKing. If you feel like it was incorrect, just report it to one of the Overwatches and we'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do have rules. There are rules around it. So we're not trying to abuse it, but we will shoot when we have the chance.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
All right, let's put up one more person, I guess. Like, I think you said you wanted one more person.
One more person's great.
Let me see. Some speakers are saying failing people in PKRP as one of their favorite things.
Okay, now that's mean. That's mean, guys. That's mean, guys. We don't enjoy that. Okay, okay. I see.
Let's go with I don't think I see anyone else. Let's go with Ori. Ori, yeah. We have a good mix between high
Hey,
ranks and low
I'm
ranks.
back. I'm back. So basically, my favorite thing to do, in general, yeah, just basically VIP protection. But normally VIPs aren't really online, which is fine because when they are, we usually do like mini events with them, and that's pretty cool. So that like usually a lot of PKSF would attend those, and then that would just give us a lot of time to socialize.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of weird, but it is kind of fun. And even if you're alone, you're still socializing with the VIP you're protecting. So I mean, Even if you're a loser and have no friends, you still.
Okay.
But you go back to the audience.
Yeah.
I just want to add on to that. Path to Peacekeepers, if you guys don't know about it, should totally check that in Global Shouts. We had like around 15, 16 people PKSF attend, and that was like half of the division. So I think events like that. We also have fun events like rallies we host. UCs plus host events too, where a lot of PKSF join. So I think other than the skills and the requirements for that, the community is what makes PKSF PKSF. And most of the time, when I'm just going to add on to that actually. Most of the time, when retired PKSF want to come back to PKLP, or when just peacekeepers, even if after they've left PKSF, we always consider them as still peacekeepers in our heads. Even leadership do. So when they do want to rejoin, we don't really hesitate for handpicks for ex PKSF, and also we kind of show a little bit of interest in trying to get them back into the division because they have the skill, and we do make PKRP will be slightly easier for them in general because we know their skill and we've seen it firsthand.
Will there be another Path to Peacekeepers?
I can answer that. So yeah, we're planning. Normally we would think of every 2 or 3 months, but I think we'll do it next month also. So this will be hosted around if I pull it up, 19th or 26th of April. So exactly 1 month later. We are reforming a lot of the things after the first trial. So there's going to be less yapping and more game modes and fun stuff with Peak Secomatics.
Definitely go check that out, guys. I was there last time. It was very fun. Go check that out. Check it out. All right. Next question. If you could remove one thing from PKSF, what would it be and why?
Mother, you want to go up first? I can't hear you. If your mic isn't working, then I'll just put you to the audience and you can come back a bit later. All right. Who else want to speak? Flippy says remove Claviash. All right.
Okay. I guess.
Derv. I don't really care. You can say it. Yeah, it is. I don't really care. Where's Derv? There you go.
God, please. It is hard to function in the wasteland with this bright white skin. I'm not gonna lie. We usually get shot from a mile away.
So you want
Blend in
camo?
with nothing. Yeah, the camo. Change our camo, please, or give us like some form of stealth variant.
Interesting. Yeah, I get that being pure white must make you a bigger target, but yeah.
They should totally just remove quota, so we can just do whatever we want.
Quota.
Yep.
I think
We have the lowest quota in the entirety of
less
Aegis. I'm
quota,
just
man.
saying.
We need less quota.
Okay, and another thing I want to add on to that is most of the time when we have mini events or things where all of us gather up, reduced quota is offered like 90% of the time. So you get to have fun and less quota. So yeah.
But what I would actually say is like honestly nothing other than the bright white skin in the wasteland, obviously no cover. You're just seeing you instantly get shot by a raider from miles away because you're like a glow stick and you're hoping to not be seen. But like other than that, I would say really just nothing about PKSF. PKSF is just goated.
Okay. That's a very good answer. Very interesting answer.
From other people, I don't really see anything else. They said they all said that PKSF is peak, and I don't know. I don't see anyone. Oh, I'm not gonna say that one. You know what? I'll say it. Dervera says give us jetpacks. We did have the PKSF jetpack division 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it got decommissioned.
Okay, interesting. Jetpacks. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Then the final question that we have for you right now that we planned is, are you glad you chose PKSF as your division and not something else?
Right, we'll go with K9 first. And then we'll rotate around a bunch of people because I think they will have something to say.
Fuck yes.
Okay.
It's
Why?
literally PKSF is pretty much just be a combative with VIP protection and just make this really fun because you can just most of the time if there's no VIP online, you just free roam at any place that you want and just do whatever you want. And then if there's a unique campaign doing an event, it is way more fun because we just see what the creation does. So they may be building a juggernaut or something related, and we get to test it. This one time that I experienced it, it was with Matrix. He had a juggernaut combatives giver outside of the map that is like the Brew Juggernaut from MDF with a
Mhm.
shield. And so it was 4 PKSF of us that we were together, and we were just going around in a beat hill with Matrix, just jumping down on raiders, just killing them. And because we were just so buffed, we didn't die until they started to gang up on us. So it was about like I think 6 people against 4 or something like that. But yeah, it is really fun being in PKSF, and having a low quota is as well good because literally you can complete it at any time.
Okay. Very interesting answer.
And I just want to take that forward. If you guys look in some of um this chat of the VC, I'm going to be posting some images, but essentially this is how some of our events look. It's
Yep.
really fun, and you get reduced quota. You get to do random stuff around the base. And then I don't know if you guys have seen. Actually, I haven't posted this image about the Path to Peacekeepers, but we did have a little Power Ranger because we were split off into multiple teams, right? And we got color coded into teams and stuff. But yeah, as you guys can see the images, those are the events.
They look very interesting, but also very fun. Like they look really
It
fun.
is.
Oh my god. They look so fun.
And the thing is, I think also our combatics look cool, and we have like a sense of I would say a sense of aura where people really can't approach us.
Yeah, a lot of people, like, even whenever I'm in game and I'm just people walk up to me and they just ask me, who are they? And then they just say that they're scared of you guys because of how you look. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Oh yeah,
I get
that's a good picture by Doctor Ster.
Stay Harv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
Such a nice picture.
I get whispered that people are scared of you guys.
Well, what can we say?
I guess you just look scary.
Oh yeah, Doctor Steve Harvey. He's one of the handpicks who got chosen from the Path to Peacekeepers event. So he's going to be directly going into PKRP once the apps end.
Oh, that's very nice. Congratulations to him.
Stay Harv, don't fail me. Pass PKRP.
He's here. Congratulations. I didn't even see you were here. Congratulations.
We do have a
Well,
very low pass rate, so I do hope he gets through because he does have good combat from what I've seen, and some good promise in VIP protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me move someone up also. Oh yeah, what were you saying? Sorry, I think I cut you off.
we shall see if he makes it through.
Next person will be Ben.
All right, so I've been in Aegis for about 8-ish years, and I've been in ARD, SC, and PKSF. And out of all the divisions I've been in, PKSF has been my favorite, mainly just because of like all the stuff we do. Yeah, like with the events, I really like the people inside the division too. Like Clever's a really fun UOC, really fun Overwatch, really fun people to actually be around. Like I've always had a really good experience inside this division. I haven't really had like a bad day where I really thought about I don't want to be here. I just want to leave this division. I've never had that thought. So, yeah, I just love this division.
Okay. Well, I'm
Um,
very glad that you have positive thoughts.
What? Sorry?
I'm very glad that you have very positive thoughts about the division that you chose. That's very important.
and I think also a general PKSF tends to stay in PKSF for longer. I know that in some divisions you get promoted to Overwatch within 5 or 6 months. In PKSF it can take up to a year because there's so many people in the division who just want to rank up, remain in the division. And the thing is, it doesn't get that boring either. So, and I do
Yeah,
plan
'cause
on
there's always new
introducing more
content.
duties for higher ranks. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Ben, what were you saying?
there's also like new content every time. It's not just repeating every time.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Next person is Mother, and then we'll go Flippy.
Alright.
I would say PKSF is the best decision I've ever made in my entire life.
Really?
So when I was an operative, I originally or a senior operative, or I was like VO, I don't know. But I chose to try and go MDF because I was like, I want to do combat. I'm good at combat. And but I had to wait until, well, I think I actually did it before they fully let console players out, but I failed the academy for a reason I can't say. And then later on, I decided, you know what, I'm going to try out PKSF. I tried out to go into PKRP, and I did fail the first time in PKRP, but then the second time in PKRP, I achieved it, and it was quite hard to go through PKRP. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end, PKSF was goaded, and it was 100% worth it. And I need to stay in PKSF because it's just so good. We get to mess around, and for messing around, we get to complete quota by just doing random things in the border. We could literally, in an event, just be flying on a Christmas sled into the sky, into the sun, and explode. And oh yay, we get reduced quota.
That's peak though. That's very fun.
Mm-hmm. It's like more unserious than MDF while having fun.
Right, okay. Well, it does sound very fun, I can't lie.
All right, Flippy.
So I think joining PKSF is a good choice because unlike Ben, it's my first and only division, and I feel that it's a great starter choice, even if it's really hard. Because so I'm reading chat and getting distracted.
okay.
Or you shut up. Yeah, carry on, Flippy.
Because the involvement with like a lot of different divisions, it really helps you familiarize yourself with like Aegis information and contents. And additionally, under the leadership of Clever, the division has grown a lot. And yeah, it's just a great experience.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. Very good answers.
Do you want one more person or a few more
Sure.
people?
You can have one more person, yeah.
Just looking. Actually, I think the Overwatch want to speak because I don't think they've really had a chance to speak. Hold up. Let's go Dardog and Ori to finish it off.
What was the question again?
Yep.
Are you glad you chose PKSF as your division and not something else?
Yes. My other choice was SC, but then I didn't feel like getting back to you after I just left.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I came from SEO to PKSF.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Oh, what's
Yeah, cut
Dog
off.
speaking? I was like, he took a long break, so let me put him down.
Oh, you gonna let him back?
Yes, Ori sucks.
Wow.
That was all I had to say.
That's-
Okay.
All right, buddy. Well, um, yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm glad I picked PKSF. Before I picked like SHD because I didn't think I was like gonna pass PKB, and I probably wasn't. But I joined SHD and I was there for like 2 months, and then I discharged because I was bored. Right, so I joined PKSF, and well, yeah, as already stated previously, it is very like the duties are very diverse and it's always different. So it's always a different experience, and uh, I just feel like that makes it a lot easier to um, be active and enjoy the game in general. But yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. I mean, that's a very good answer as well. Those are all good answers, though. Do you have any answer to that as well, Clever?
What was the question again? I was like so busy looking at chat, I just kind of forgot.
Are you glad you chose PKSF as your division?
I think 100% really. I've been through an internship. I kind of vaguely know how the divisions feel, other than AIA.
Mm-hmm.
PKSF do work closely with AIA, so I can kind of tell how they operate slightly, but I can't disclose it.
Right.
Honestly, PKSF has. I've been in PKSF for 2 years. It's been absolute enjoyment. I've really never had a thought of leaving. Even when I do step down from USC this June, I do plan on staying around as a low rank. I just stepping down because I know I'm going to get a bit more busy, and I think rank flow is good for the division. New set of ideas, and Overwatch will have the chance at DC, and DC will have the chance at USC. So I think no regret really. Very flexible. Um, although initially we were under some leadership was inactive in PKSF, but I think after I've came around and I would say almost literally all the Overwatch, all the admin PKs, they're all active in PKSF. We are always trying to work on something, and if there is something we are unhappy with, we will change it. We are not afraid to change it, and we also are not afraid of criticizing a system just because it works. We are always looking for improvements, so if there is something we don't like, we will change it.
Okay. That's a very deep answer. I like that. I like that. All right. We will end the pre-planned questions here since we've went through all of them, and now we will be going on to the next section, which will be viewer questions. So yeah, as Ross just stated, please keep the chat clear from now on, unless you're asking a question. Do not ask troll questions. There will be a 5-minute section for that at the end. But for now, just ask serious questions related to PKSF, and they will be answered. The format will be question, and then your question. I will be going through all of them. Clever, if you could pull up one PKSF per question, that would be great.
Yeah.
All right. First question will be, how fun is PKSF?
Don't really see anyone speaking on topic, so we'll go with uh maybe Dardog because he's the only one with a hand up.
All
I
right.
think it's because it's already been answered in the other questions, but it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt to go over it again.
Otherwise, the question has already been partially answered, so if no. Hi.
Oh no no no! We're talking about what's the most is PKSF fun.
How fun is PKSF? All right.
All right.
Okay. Clear.
You know, I'll add on to that because it was kind of vague. Of course, we have events, we have low quota, we have a community. We essentially have a mini Aegis within Aegis. um, and I think once you get to know everyone in PKSF, you'll have a lot of fun. We get to troll, we get to do a lot of things. There's not really anything you can hate in PKSF. Chairman's protection can be boring when he is AFK, but ultimately, there's the pros and cons of everything. There needs to be a balance. Where Chairman is AFK, the other VIPs are very active. We try to arrange events. So, for example, I don't know if you guys have seen, we love to. We don't love to, but Ivan loves to dress PKSF as anime characters and go around the around the base. Last time, I think this was 5 days ago, Ivan dressed each PKSF as a anime girl. I don't know exactly which ones they are, and they just went around the border. I chose not to participate in it because I want to keep myself sane. But yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Who was the most fun to protect?
Uh, we'll go with Ori. I don't see anything
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm back again.
Hi.
um, so my favorite VIP protects, I would probably say Laser because when I'm protecting Laser, he usually joins the VC with us and talks with us, and that's kind of entertaining. Because I'm not talking with these low ranks.
Alright, back to the audience. You can-
Okay, I see how it is. All right.
Um, Dodog.
Okay. So a bias towards Raven. Or well, against.
Yeah.
Right.
Personally, I would say Ivan or Matrix. They're very active. They love to host events, but also Ali. Ali's really good. Also, I don't know if I'm showing some British bias here, but he does some lovely Grenadier Guard events. Or I don't know. He just likes to do events with us. He's also a good shout. Um, is there anyone else, guys? Any PKSF, if you want to say anything, just put it on topic, and I'll just say it for you. In the interest of time and efficiency. And also maybe the reason why you like that VIP. Ori says VIPs who interact with PKSF are more fun to protect. So yeah, as I said, we do develop a community with PKSF, but I think a lot of you guys don't realize we also develop a community or a sense of closeness with the actual VIPs. So most of the time, most GC plus, we're very close with the ARD, DC, and UOCs. We're in each of the servers and we love to chat to each other, so that's also there. Invader has said Pew because he's rarely AFK. Tilted K9 has said it varies person to person. Just anyone who's active doing events that peaks up will have fun. Such as Ivan with the anime girls is okay. Iori XC has also said Pew because he's very little he's not AFK most of the time. Ben has said Laser is my favorite VIP. All right,
Okay.
that's about it.
Alrighty, next question then. I am gonna say this question. I might reword it though. What it takes a regular soldier of Aegis to pass the academy? So I'm guessing he means what does it take?
K9 is very adamant to speak here, so we'll go with him first.
Okay, So this varies a lot on each person, obviously, but to actually pass the PKRP, the PKSF Academy, a regular soldier should mostly work on their awareness and the surroundings, because in PKSF, as we have been saying before, we need to be on the lookout around the wasteland or any place in the border for any potential threats. Um, this is a major thing that PKSF requires, as well as a lot of knowledge of the rules. Um, I'm not sure if I can say this. Hold on. The answer real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys know PKRP is quite classified, but we can broadly say, yeah, you can say that. That's
All
okay,
right.
as long as you don't disclose the contents of the.
Yeah, sure. So, the majority of fails in the PKRP Academy, mostly some of them are based due to the mistakes that they learn throughout their career on Aegis. This is due to some people confusing for example, let's say, formations, for example. That actually counts to us because we have a really important mind in terms of formations. But as well, they fail because they may do something that is a no-go for PKSA, which if we say in terms of public regulations, this could be like entering a settlement, for example. Because people actually do fail because they don't know the rules around. And what we need in PKRP is people that have the knowledge around the Aegis community with its rules, and as well as the divisions to know how to work around. Because if someone does not know the rules about, for example, spawn camping, cuff abusing, they are 100% gonna fail the PKRP. This is a major thing that I have been seeing in PKRP.
All right.
So yes, in short, I would say what it takes to pass is to work on their awareness and knowing all the rules.
Okay.
All right, Mother, you're up.
All right. My one is very short and simple. What I think the problem with 99% of PKRP attendees is their want to actually be in PKSF. I extremely wanted to be in PKSF and I was devoted to getting into it. So I spent hours on end grinding to get my awareness and my combat better. I literally stayed hours on end before I did anything in PKRP just to make sure I was ready for it at that time. Most PKRP attendees don't devote themselves that much to trying to pass the academy. And once they fail something, they just, oh, I'm done. I failed it once. I'm never going to try it again. And then they're just done. They just don't have any general want to actually be in the division and try to get into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good answer.
I just want to add on to that. We do provide the recruits with a lot of opportunities to improve. If you don't make the most out of it, that's on you if you fail. And of course, failing doesn't mean the end. Loads of people have passed on the second attempt, third attempt. So what if you can perfect your skills and know that you got into the division not because we were more lenient on you, but because you actually improved your skills, you actually built it up from the ground, and that you're now standing with us in the ranks of PKSF, that means a lot more than you just getting into PKSF.
Okay. Okay. That's a very good answer to end it with for that question. Then another question about the academy. Is PKSF Academy really that hard? I've heard it's super hard.
Just gonna before I invite people, the stats are up in the recruitment tracker if you do want to look at it. That's it. Dodog, you can speak if you wish.
Mm-hmm.
Flippy? Oh, you don't have any. Oh, my bad. I invited the wrong person. Let me move you back. Let's go with. Uh, we'll go with K9 because he said he wants to speak.
Okay, so in short, PKRP is indeed quite hard. The statistics that we have from each batch is well, from all the batches together is about like I believe it was like 5% or 6% in total. I am not sure.
I have no clue.
I don't know what it's the exact number, but depending on the person.
It's 4.6%.
Yeah.
So that's with apps, and then without apps, it's some. So yes, without apps. So just go. Let's say you passed apps, and you're in the PKRP Academy. The pass rate for the PKRP Academy itself is 7.5%.
Yeah. So I will say that depends on the person again, because some people that have already experienced throughout the divisions will have more experience and will have a higher chance of entering PKSF, and those that have less experience, it will be harder for them, but still they can prove their skill even if they haven't been into a division. So the thing is, whenever someone fails PKRP, we always encourage them to come back to apply the next batch instead, rather than going and just leaving entirely and just going for another division, because what we see is that they have a potential to learn and be able to actually pass, but most of the people just straight up give up and just leave, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, giving up is never the best choice.
Yeah.
Mother?
I would say my answer ties to what K9 said and my previous answer before. It is hard. The PKRP Academy is hard. It's meant to be hard because you need to actually have the skill to be a PKSF. You need to actually be able to protect a VIP. Your main goal is to make sure a person stays alive from raiders who are trained or have been playing the game for tons of time, or and they're just trying to specifically kill your VIP. They're not trying to kill you. You're not trying to fight them. They're trying to kill your VIP, and you're trying to stop it from happening. Many times, like before, they just give up after failing one thing. And that's what makes PKRP Academy so hard, because they fail once and they think they won't be able to ever do it. But they actually have to try in order to do it. That's why it's hard, because you actually have to try in the academy. If you don't try, you're not going to pass.
Yeah, so it's an effort situation.
Yeah, so just one more point with that. PKRP, yes, it's hard, but it's hard for a reason. In the end of the day, Peacekeeper Special Forces is a Special Forces. For too long, we have let loads of people in, and that resulted in a lot of warnings in PKSF. That resulted in some biases. Right now, I've done my best to standardize the PKRP system to ensure fairness on all people. And there's a lot of things which are, as again, subjective, which incorporates bias. But I think PKRP now, I'm happy with, even though we have low numbers. Because keep in mind, if you get into PKSF, that means you were the absolute best of your batch. In a typical batch, around 50 to 80, maybe even 100 could apply. If you got into PKSF, that means you were one of the few of the entire batch, if not the entire history of PKSF after the revamp, to get in. Keep in mind, the number of students who've passed PKRP since last July, I think, yeah, July, is only 15. You were one of the 15 to get into PKSF since almost a year ago. That means a lot, okay? It means you are one of the most skilled people that we could find and had the potential to become PKSF. And if you are worried about the numbers, don't be, because you won't know until you try. If you try and you fail, sure, you might think otherwise. But if you keep trying and you make it into PKSF, be proud of being one of the PKSF after the revamp, because it was a very hard thing that many people have failed. And it's not easy becoming PKSF, but that's how it is. Because you have conquered the hardest thing that we could have developed, and one of the hardest thing in ages.
All right. So, just try, guys. Don't give up before you've tried. All right. Next question: do PKSF enjoy getting Aegis kills, or do you sometimes feel bad?
We'll go with Mother, I guess.
I love getting Aegis kills. I could never hate it. I absolutely
Yeah.
love just blasting initiates. They're so funny. It's just like payback for them being cannon fodder in front of raiders. I just boom, they're gone. I just laugh at them as they fall to the ground.
Okay. Yeah, no, I expected that. I expected it. Yep.
Uh, do it. We'll go K9 because I think he had something to say.
So it is indeed, honestly, um, funny that we actually shoot at Aegis personnel. But sometimes some people do actually feel bad because some of them might not know about PKSF, and we just constantly shooting at them repeatedly. Even so, I will say 90% of the time we enjoy it. We enjoy shooting at any Aegis personnel due to the fact that we actually get to kill someone. So yeah, we
I
do
understand
enjoy.
I understand it.
Yep.
In correlation to this question, since we're already talking about it,
Oh,
do PKSF enjoy shooting side control? This is also
okay. Okay, so
this was also
okay.
a question in chat, not made by me, guys. It was
Okay.
a question in chat.
So,
You know
I'm
what?
gonna say it from my
Yeah.
point of view. So, I do enjoy shooting at any SC that does aim at my VIP, and even so, even if it's a high rank like a officer, unit captain, I don't mind. Like it is because we get the chance, one of the rarest chances to actually shoot an SC, an officer, or a unit captain, because actually it has to be a higher rank that has to actually aim at our VIP or our VIP giving the order to do so.
Just
So yeah,
saying, the higher the rank, the higher the dopamine rush you get.
yes,
And
yes,
also, uh, um, let's be honest, a kill is a kill. Whether it
indeed,
be an initiate or a UC, we'll take any KD we can get, and
yes,
we do not discriminate against people. Okay, we treat everyone in the eyes who's other than the VIP. Everyone else is treated equally and fairly because we don't discriminate. We love people.
There you have it, SCs in the chat. You
yes,
know how they feel about us now. You know how they feel about us now.
yes.
All right, mother.
All right. I absolutely love shooting any Aegis personnel in history. I mean, the
Right.
only one that I will probably never get to TK is the chairman himself, since we
Mhm.
can't ever do that. But if, for example, a Tommel aims at the chairman, we shoot the Tommel. It would be so funny to kill Laser or something,
Yeah.
or KP. It would just be so funny. The higher the rank, the funnier it gets. That's how it goes.
I don't know if you guys know about this, but there was a Tomo called Litium Z. We call him the explosive VIP for a reason because he loves to use bombs on everything. One of the best Tommel in my opinion before he left. And I remember when he would just fly around shooting rockets at the chairman. At that point, we needed to hunt him down, and he would have like 100,000 HP, but we will still try and kill him because that's what we are programmed to do. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's stuff like that which are funny because we need to escape from the rocket launcher, which you don't hear in ages every day.
Oh God. Okay. Oh, I get the KD farm. Like I understand it.
Oh, BA6 is here. You know what? Let's get up BA6.
Hold on real quick. It's not about the KD. It's just about seeing them die.
Okay. Well. All right.
Okay, BA6 has said me, but he doesn't even have a mic, so that's interesting.
Well.
BA6 voice reveal, possibly.
No. I guess not. Okay.
Flippy.
So obviously killing anyone would be very enjoyable and also boost your KD. But the fact that it's just like part of the job, like I'm not really looking to kill anyone, so it's not really like entertainment or boring. It's just like kind of something that you have to do, or else
Yeah.
you'd get in trouble for neglecting guidelines.
I understand that. Yeah. I very much understand that. All right. I shall move on to the next question then. What does a PKSF do when there's already a PKSF protecting a VIP?
To the PKSF, you can say it, but remember not to reveal the other formations. Okay?
Don't say anything
Uh,
classic, guys.
yeah. The most they know is VIP Diamond, Box, and the Shield. So don't say anything over that. All right, Ori, let's go with you first.
All right, so hey guys, I'm back.
Hello.
Hey, so usually there's not more than 4 PKSF, but there is when there's like an event going on. There could be PKSF. Well, obviously there's more formations, but outside of that, PKSF could be like looking around for raiders instead of being on the VIP, like physically.
Essentially scouting.
Yeah. But
Okay.
there's not much an answer to that other than classified.
Yeah, okay, classified. That's a valid answer. It's a valid answer. Don't worry about it. Very valid answer. All right. We will move on to the next question instead then. How important is good combat for PKSF? Are there more important skills, considering a couple PKSF said they're not very good at or dislike combat?
Just before I invite people to speak, I'm gonna speak on that slightly. Before the PKRP revamp, it was like if you were like mediocre, you would get in, but now you have to be at least like not even decent. You need to be good. Yeah, you need to be at least good because we do have we in PKRP how the system currently works. I will vaguely let you guys know is that we tend to filter out the applicants with potential initially, with the applicants who have less potential, so they might need to redo it again. Then those potential applicants go on to learn more about PKSF and the things. Those people will be at most 3 to 8 people, and they are really basically the instructors and every PKRP staff hyper focuses on them and pours every single resource into them, into training them to the best of their abilities. that's how we go about it. We train the few elite to be better, and then the people who have lower potential can then redo and then get up there too. And with combat, you need to be a decent slash good. I'll let the other PKSF speak more about it. So let's go with K9 because it's been a while since he spoke.
So how important is good combat in PKSF? So it is not entirely based on combat. I would say PKSF, mostly because PKSF was made for VIP protection mainly. So adding this onto the second question, which is what are their other more important skills? So combat is essentially not the biggest focus on PKSF. You just need to have decent to good combat, but we mainly prioritize awareness, coughing, which are the essentially the most important skills that we require. As said before, we have to be really alert in our surroundings, and as well, our coughing skills need to be really good because if we don't get our VIP to safety, we just fail completely.
Mm.
So that is why combat is essentially not the biggest focus. It is more likely, well, mostly in coughing and awareness.
Okay.
All right. So what I would say in like the hierarchy of what is the most important skills, I would say at the top it's awareness, then it goes cuffing, and then it goes combat as the top three of what you need. Uh, because the difference between MDF and STHD with PKSF is that PKSF is a what I would call a defensive combative division. We more protect VIPs than we do try to kill the raiders before they can kill our VIP. Our idea is to get the VIP safe and then kill the raider. The main priority is keeping the VIP safe, not killing the raider. If the raider kills you because you were bad at combat, but you kept your VIP safe, that is a good scenario. Instead of your VIP dying, but you kill the raider because you're good at combat. You do still need a little bit of combat because we don't want you to just be like a brainless person that can't do anything and all they can do is just cuff away. It's good that you'll be able to protect the VIP, but you still have to be able to make sure the area is secure afterwards. And with combat comes like combat awareness, because if you know combat, you'll know where the raiders will go because it's an advantage for them rather than a disadvantage area that the raider would definitely not go. So you can use that to your advantage of protecting the VIP. But overall, the main goal is to protect the VIP. So cuffing and awareness are the top priorities because you need to be able to cuff the VIP away nicely, and you need to be able to see the threat before they shoot at your VIP.
All right. Very interesting answers. The next question, I don't know what you can say about this since the academy is mostly classified, but what is the hardest part about PKSF Academy? So PKRP.
Mm, just thinking what we can say and what we can't say.
Yeah, that's
So,
why I'm saying.
so PKRP is classified for a reason to offer everyone a fair chance, and also to not reveal the contents to the point where people can cheat and make it easier. Uh,
Just
hardest
so you
part
know,
of PKRP.
classified is an answer, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Hmm. You know, it, it really depends. I'm not gonna fully give you an answer. It depends. If you're saying what is the hardest one, as in where are most people removed, then I would say the starting part of PKRP. But if you're saying in terms of difficulty, I would say the final part of PKRP. But not many people get to it, so not many people actually fail it. Because if they get to it, it's most likely to be a maximum of 5 or 4 people towards the end. And out of those 5 or 4 people, we will only have like three or 2 passes. So yeah,
All right.
it's I would say it's different based on how you think of the difficulty.
We'll keep it on that for that question since it's mostly classified. All right. When it comes to PKSF's combat requirements, how do you see it compared to, per se, the other combatives, and is there a specific focus you would recommend people practicing in if they wish to apply to PKSF?
Holy, that's a long question. Where is that game? Can you put that in
It's
chat?
Ogashi. I'll send it in chat so the PKSF know what I'm talking about.
Or reply to it. Alright, that's fine.
Oh, well.
Alright, PKSF, I'll give you 10 seconds or 20 seconds to read it, and then I'll start inviting people up.
It's a long question.
I think this is talking about PKRP, actually. When it comes
Is
to
it?
PKSF combat requirements, yeah. So it's talking about what we expect in a PKSF, which is essentially PKRP. Is there a specific focus you would recommend people practicing if they wish to apply? You know what? I can briefly say how combat is. If you're gonna go down getting the instructor as low as you can. If you want an absolute surefire chance of getting past and through PKRP, kill the instructor. That's all I'm gonna say. As for techniques, and stuff that you should be practicing, like pop shotting and blah blah blah, I'll leave that to the actual combatants because I don't really fight anymore since I mainly deal with administration. So yeah.
I would say, for passing PKRP, you obviously need good combat, or at least generally good combat. But what I would say the most important skill among combat for PKSF would be what I mentioned last answer, like combat awareness, knowing how the raider will move and how they will fight rather than how you can fight. It's a lot better to have combat awareness because it enables you to do everything better. Because let's say you don't have combat awareness, you might think a raider will show up in a random location anywhere. Not really. Raiders can be very predictable most times because they can be like just in a tower aiming. That's a predictable location because it's a beneficial area to them. So like your combat awareness is a very important skill and probably a better skill in the combat requirements in PKSF than actual fighting the raider is, in my opinion.
All right.
Okay. Anyone else? Oh, I don't think we have.
All right. I'll move on to the next question then. How strict is PKSF? For example, if you were to speak out of PNs due to the user leaving at the last second, would you be punished?
I'm just thinking because we try to keep our warning system also classified.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that is an answer.
you know what, I'll let them speak about how strict we are generally, but don't reveal the warning system, please, and thank you. We'll go with Dardog first because he hasn't spoken in a while. True, actually. But still, you can see the punishments, but just not how it's done and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, this so the usual, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Ori,
So like, if you wait, hold on. I have
how strict are
everything I need to
PKSF?
know. Okay, so basically, if you're like talking, well, in the situation like brought up, no, you wouldn't really be punished because that is not your fault at all. But if it was like something serious, like I don't know, cup abuse, even if it's an accident, like say if you add an abuse, like you're still getting punished if it was an accident. Well, maybe not in like SE. I've heard stories, but if you do something stupid, regardless of the intent, you're probably getting a hefty punishment. But if it's
Mm-hmm.
something minor like PM breaks, um, probably not.
And just adding on to that, PKSF leadership doesn't want to see a PKSF go. Okay, we want to try and keep you in the division. We've invested a lot of resources and time into you, and you made it through. And we would still like to keep you since you've passed rigorous tests. But if there is like inactivity or certain things or warnings, it's if it reaches there's a certain limit to what we can accept and what we think like maybe this guy isn't fit for PKSF. At that point, they need to go. And I think that can in killing or random killing incorrectly. There's so many things we can go wrong on. When comparing it to other divisions, I feel like you need to be on top of your A game on your knowledge and your sense of the rules.
However,
Otherwise, you're gonna struggle. Yeah.
I just want to say that I think all of us couldn't hear like a minute of what you just said because you sounded like a robot.
Oh, I did. Is it better now?
It's better now, but I literally couldn't understand a word of
What
what
can I say? I'm a real life cyborg.
Well,
Okay, back to what I was saying. I think all I was saying is all divisions are the same in a sense when they give out warnings, but PKSF has more things that you can go wrong on, such as cuff abuse, admin abuse. We have perms for settlement sometimes. Loads of locations are unrestricted, but we have rules around those. So if you don't have a good sense of knowledge, a good sense of common sense, and blah blah blah, you will most likely be not for. We will think you'll be not fit for PKSF and remove you. So I think yes, same strictness, but there's more things you can go wrong on. So most of the time you have more um, warnings. Yeah, that's the word for it.
all right. Next question then. Is there any other plans to change PKRP in the possible future, and will the path to Peacekeepers have some other changes to it as well? And will PKSF let mobile players join?
Whoa, is that all one question?
Yep.
Uh, wait, can you send that one? Oh wait, I actually see it. By Antonio. Okay, so is there any plans to change PKRP in the future? So we are planning. It's under discussion. We are currently contemplating on how we're going to do this because when we plan on implementing a change, not only do we need to think about the students or the applicants, we also have to think about how it will burden PKSF staff because they have to spend their time and their things. So we have a major change we are thinking of. I'm not 100% sure. It's a very big change. So you know that initial filtering section we were talking about in PKRP? what we were thinking is switching that with the applications. So we make PKSF filtering section public, where applicants can retry multiple times every 2 weeks. So we basically mass recruit those filtering part. What this means is they can constantly improve, constantly develop their skills without waiting a whole month for the next PKSF application, and they don't need to constantly reapply. Once they pass the initial filtering stage, we were then saying, okay, then you can go into applying for apps. We will only send apps to those exclusive people, and then they go onto the actual content, which is very difficult. The thing is, we were thinking we only have 32 people in PKSF, well, 33 maybe, since new PKSF are in. And we were thinking how difficult is it going to be on the instructors. So that's why it's kind of under wraps right now, because we're purely worried how well the instructors can really handle it. Because keep in mind, if we make this public or global, no, not global, but public to Aegis, a lot of people are going to join, and there's going to be a lot of stress on the instructors. So that's one of the major changes. We do have another change that Ori has suggested yesterday. I can't disclose it since that's PKRP contents, but that will be implemented. It will make PKRP a tad bit easier. I can't really say much about it, but it's not too much. And will the Path to Peacekeepers have some changes too as well? Yes, so as I said, less talking, more game modes, more trying at peak schematics. Honestly, we were happy with the first event, but people got bored when I was speaking for a while because I was trying to get them to know all the peak stuff information that's public. But I think what really nails home PKSF interest is the combatics and the game modes. So I think I'll summarize most of it and go straight into it. Because last time it took us 3 hours. This time I hope it will only take us a maximum of 1 hour and 30 minutes. So half that time. And will PKSF let mobile players join? Mobile players are more than welcome to join. The chairman has said this publicly. All divisions should allow mobile players and console players. If you look in our division information, mobile players can join. We have yet to see a mobile player pass PKRP. So if you do get into PKRP and you pass PKRP, you will get a special role called the first mobile player. For example, Mother has his role. You know what? I'll invite him to speak about it.
Yes. So one time we pressured Clever in PKRP for a bunch of stuff that I can't say.
I kind of promised it. I kind of said it. If you pass, I'll consider it.
Yes, you did say it, and then later on you forgot, and then when I passed, I reminded you about what you said, and you gave me my first console player role. It was glorious. But I would like to say that there's probably never going to be a mobile only PKSF because mobile is just so hard and it's quite unfair. I can't see it happening. But it might happen because a lot of people thought that console would have been impossible, and here I am proving that it isn't.
I mean, nothing's truly impossible when you think about it.
I'll just say mobile players do have a chance, but if you pass on a mobile player in the ERP, I think you've just passed it on extreme difficulty or nightmare difficulty. You are not human anymore, okay? And that's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a big achievement. We encourage mobile players to have an attempt at it too, because you won't know unless you truly try, as I said before.
Or else nothing is impossible. Don't discourage people. Alright. The next question will be, will there be more of those PKSF intro thingies?
Is Path to Peacekeepers?
I think so.
So the next one, we'll probably announce it this weekend. They'll be on the 19th of April, so in a month's time, just before apps release. And it'll probably be on a Sunday again around the same time because Unfortunately, we can't host for Australians since we don't have that many Australians in PKSF. We do have 2 in PKSF leadership, Zenith Vale and Toxic, but that's not enough to host a global event with a lot of people. So we kind of try and prioritize European and American time zone. Hopefully, in the future, we can do Australian, but not that. Also, frequency, we'll probably do once or twice. Sorry, once. No, we'll probably do it per batch or twice per batch. No, not twice per batch, but every 2 batches. That's what I mean. So we're not exactly sure because it does take a while, and but it is fun. But keep in mind, someone's Sunday is going for it, so I'm sure they have something else to do, or I don't know, busy. But we'll host on the 19th of April. Make sure you turn up to that if you want to try out Peaks and Combatics. Have a little bit of fun fighting with teammates. You know what, I can disclose how it works. Game mode's pretty much we use beetles to color you and your team, and then a PKSF, an actual PKSF, would be leading you in VIP protection, in in team deathmatch. If you die, you just STS on roof. The other teams continues to fight. VIP protection, how it works is you protect the VIP. You have more HP than the VIP. So you have like, let's say 1,000. The VIP still has 100. If the VIP dies, the entire team gets wiped.
Alright.
So, yeah,
Very
it's interesting and it's
Yeah.
fun.
Very interesting. Sounds very fun. All right. How come PKSF apps don't open near the start of the month like other divisions?
So there's a reason behind that. When I was revamping PKRP, it took me more than a month to revamp it because if you guys didn't know, changing an entire system, reworking the grading to make it standardized and less bias, making all the rules, regulations. I probably wrote at least 10,000 words, maybe even more. And the thing is, I was mainly doing it. The other people were, so they were in the meetings, but it's kind of hard to get a system going when there's multiple people working on it because one guy might have a different idea to the other. So most of the time, I kind of just did it by myself. And not to say they didn't want to do the work. They did want to do the work, but I just wanted to get it done because what I do is I sit in one weekend and just fully get it out of the way. And also during that time, people were on holiday and whatnot. So meetings, everything took a month and 15 days. To be honest, it should have taken a little bit more, but I kind of had to rush it because people were really looking forward to PKSF, and I thought it was good enough. So that's why we released it in the middle of the month. Because I was worried with 2 months we're going to lose too many PKSF and our numbers would be so low that there wouldn't be that many instructors. But yeah, so that's why from then on we've kept it in the middle. Or if we want to put it back at the start, it's going to mean that we need to wait a whole half month extra, which is not ideal. Yeah, and also, I think another thing is January. We tend to keep January free because there's Christmas, there's New Year, so we say half of the month is better. And also, separating from the divisions, I think it keeps us more visible to people. So yeah, that's probably the reason.
Well, that were all the questions that we had. We will now go to the last section, which will be 3 minutes to ask any questions for the host of the PKSF in this podcast, and it will start now. You have 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes for any questions. Do you guys whip people in PKRP?
We do have the GIF, but we don't do it in real life, obviously.
Well, no, sure.
Clever does.
Best way
Okay,
to
bro.
cheat in PKRP.
Obviously, we whip people in PKSF. Duh. Why wouldn't we?
Clever does all the time.
Yes, he does. He's a very
That is
mean man.
Best.
best way to cheat in PKRP.
We're not gonna tell you that.
Dardog, who is that question towards me? Um, because I'm Dutch and because I can't help it and it's my accent, so.
Best way to cheat in PKRP. Why would we tell our secrets?
How can I pay to pass?
Uh,
Give Clever all your money,
You
and he might
can.
consider it.
You can.
I'm just kidding.
You have to drop.
DSD what you feel anyways, no much problem.
You have to drop $1 million
Do you guys
to
have
buy
any
2
sort
miniguns.
of
to win.
PTSD?
No.
Free
No,
to
I
play
laugh.
can get into PKSF. Just saying.
No.
We don't. We
True.
Yes. Oh my god, I'm so scared.
That is true.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
Right, so the Tilted family, I blame Veron in instant. They're kind of pressuring people to join it. I say don't join it for
Join
purely
Tilted.
clout.
I
Okay,
will
Don't
not
listen to Clever.
Join
Don't listen to
Tilted.
Clever.
Join
I will
Tilted.
not
Don't
submit
make
to
up.
Veron. I already got DM'd by him trying to get me
I
into Tilted.
will favoritize the non-tilted family. Trust.
He's
Okay,
advertising the entire
Clever.
PKSF
Do
community.
you guys hate it when we get called clankers?
Yeah.
Yes. Don't call us
Yes.
clankers.
Sometimes.
Because I don't want to get clipped.
Come on, Clever, say it.
Where's my
Come on,
soundboard?
Clever.
Oh, I can't play soundboards on here. I have a soundboard of Rika saying it really weirdly.
Oh, come on,
What?
play, Clever.
I don't. No,
Joe-
there's no soundboard here. I
Joe
don't think there's any
Rogan.
soundboard plans.
Yes.
Sad.
Yeah,
Let's get
Can
Joe
Joe
Rogan up
Rogan be featured on this podcast? Maybe.
Yes.
Sure. Why not?
No. No. Alrighty, that were all the questions. We will now end the podcast. Thank you all for being here and listening in, and thanks to the PKSF who took their time to join us. Thank you guys very much.
Only
It
2
was-
hours.
you will
Yeah.
receive it. Don't worry about it.
There's
They're
our
all-
$1,000.
They're getting paid for this, guys. They're not. They're doing this out of
Need
their free
my
will.
one,
We're
please.
being forced against our will.
We're being forced.
I forced them to be
Whoa.
here, guys. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you promised me a cheeseburger.
You're not getting your cheeseburger.
They're
Okay,
trying
guys.
to scam us.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I have one
Okay,
now?
Exactly.
I want to say my last thing. If you have any feedback for me as the host, let me know in my DMs, and I will be glad to answer that. No, you
Can I
can.
have my
Yeah.
knife back? Can I have
All right,
my
guys,
knife?
guys, they're trying to end it. Just let us speak.
Oh,
I
yes.
will. We will
Let
now
them
end
do
the
the script.
podcast. That's it, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my life. 2 hours. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Can I have my knife back?